Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the North Star State, where the sounds of the Yaller horn and the Skol chant echo throughout U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Minnesota Vikings. The kicker, Will Reichard, has the ball on the tee. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Led his team to one of the best regular seasons in the NFL last season, but really elevated his play during the postseason, and once again was a monster in the Super Bowl. He's led his team to at least 11 wins in each of the last 3 seasons. He didn't expect this year to be any different.
Well, the very first thing they told us, Charles, was we need to apply pressure early, and I would call that early pressure a nice sack to start the game.
And on the other sideline, I just have this image in my mind of the head coach on the headset with the offensive coordinator, asking him if that's exactly what he saw in his mind when he called that play. And if so, is it going to be like this all day? That's a tough one right there.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Apparently this defense has come to play. A sack and a run stuff behind the line on the first 2 plays.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Hurts. Oh, he's going to look downfield for Barkley. They got his man complete. A big play there for Philly. 47 yards.
A gain of 47 yards. First down, Philadelphia.
All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Up the middle with Barkley. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down. Throwing is Hurts. And a throw there going to be incomplete. This Minnesota D up to the task on the 3rd down pass play.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight, because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. The kick by Elliott is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put them in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They're led out by a guy who, of course, spent 5 seasons as the starter in the city of brotherly love. The second overall pick in 2016, Carson Wentz. They'll run. This is Jordan Mason. And this will be a Vikings first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Mason going to get it on first down. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
Wentz. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Here's Wentz to throw. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the first down.
5-yard gain on the play. And the Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
No surprise to see a sideline fired up by that big play. Heck, we're fired up, and we're supposed to be neutral. That's a quarterback putting his body on the line to fight and just barely get the first down. When he does something like that, it gets everyone ready to lay it all out there and try and net.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Zach Bourne coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7.
One of the league's best linebackers, he ended that play almost before it began, and the running back absolutely overmatched no matter what he tried to do.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Wentz now to throw. Open man is Jalen Naylor. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. From midfield, here's Wentz. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. And now after that sack, we'll pause here a moment because someone was shaken up on that play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. Taking it about the 16. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. A short one there, caught by Granson. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 5 at the 27-yard line.
Play action, here's Hurts. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Looking here for Smith downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. On play action, Wentz. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Buried for the sack by big Jalen Carter. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Shotgun now for Wentz. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Wentz. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get on track in this one.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They go play action with Hurts. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
Hurts sets up to throw it. The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
And 15.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people would think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. Looking to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
3 plays.
Excellent defensive effort to get to him and provide a little contact before the catch could be made cleanly.
Here's Braden Mann now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. On play action, it's Wentz. And incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
Now a 2nd and 10. Straight ahead, here's Mason. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
3rd down and 11.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now Wentz. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out when they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going. Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a 1st down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Airing it out deep for Smith. He's got it at the 15. And mark him down all the way inside the Minnesota 10. A big play there for Philly. 46 yards.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game. And they hit that one there for big yardage.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts finding A.J. Brown. And the Eagles are able to widen their advantage. Had the option there, read it perfectly, and an easy little touchdown toss.
And it has to be a sharp throw, too, because of where they are on the field. The extra traffic, things are condensed near the goal line. Good route by the receiver as well.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip.
The score, Eagles 10.
A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown. Now after the
Elliott
touchdown,
kicking
here's
off for
Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start with a run by Mason. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Now a play fake. Wentz. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that he can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
Well, he was looking at a dime formation, 6 defensive backs on the field, so he's looking for anyone to throw the football to, but he didn't have anyone open, so he took off and ran for it, but he came up just short, and that brings up 4th down.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
So not just running into the punter, but roughing the punter.
And I'm struggling with this one. You know, you're watching it, partner. Is it more the first rather than the latter? This is a tough one. Almost feels like he felt like he had to call it on that play.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
On the keeper.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Throwing now is Wentz. His throw incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Wentz. That's down the field for Jefferson. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
The Eagles offense and running back Saquon Barkley ready to get going again. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now. Here's Hurts to throw. Got him in. It's Brown. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Vikings 26-yard line.
On the option left, it's Hurts. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down. Now back to throw. And he he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
On the scramble.
Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
First and goal at the 10-yard line.
Oh, man. Just when the D thought they had the answer for him, he went and changed the question. Surprises him by taking off himself. Is able to set up his offense pretty with a first and goal.
They'll look to throw here. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Touchdown.
Jalen Hurts, a 9-yard touchdown run. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. Elliott now to add the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0.
Makes the score Eagles
So that drive,
17.
4 plays.
Vikings
And it
nothing.
was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. Now
Elliott
after the
to kick off
touchdown,
for
here's
Philadelphia.
Elliott on to kick it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
26-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. A handoff to start the drive to Mason. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. In there to drop him for the loss, linebacker Nakobe Dean, an outstanding play.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Over the middle, complete. It's Moore. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. To throw, it's Wentz. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
They read zone coverage there and thought there was some space to send their guy right into the middle on a slant, hoping he would get lost. Instead, they read it quite well and closed quickly.
Here's 2nd and 10. Wentz gonna throw. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Out of bounds at his own 49-yard line.
Throwing is Wentz. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
It's 2nd and inches at the Eagles' 33-yard line.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. From the gun, it's Wentz. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Wentz. It's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. They bring the pressure, and a very short kick. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Here's Wentz to throw. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Wentz now to throw. On the screen, this is Mason. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
And sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. It feels pretty condensed. But that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up a first down.
Now Wentz. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. And his kick here is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give him credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give him any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the second half. 17-3 the score as we resume action for the second half on EA Sports. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. And the Vikings offense set to go to work to begin this third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air. But from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on fourth down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 1.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Wentz will keep it. And he will have the Vikings first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
And when all you want to do is keep your drive going, quarterback sneak's a great call, isn't it? Pick it up, get a new set of downs.
And on 3rd down, usually you'd think 4th down quarterback sneak. There, though, it worked on 3rd. Forced out to his left. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Ty Robinson on the stop. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 44-yard line.
On play action, Wentz. Hockenson crossing the middle and bringing it in. And Hockenson going to have the Vikings first down as he'll get this across the 50 to the 49.
We always hear from coaches how much they like to run crossing routes because they want to hit their receivers on the go, get them the ball, and keep them moving. How about when you hit a tight end that way? Okay, the receivers are going to run past you most of the time. The tight end, they can do their damage a different way, break a few tackles, and really scatter some people, can't they?
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Moore, the man in motion. Working from the gun, Wentz. To the right side, and he's got Moore complete. And he has another first down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 34-yard line. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
And that's one of the better plays we've seen this offense put together so far. They haven't been able to get on track much at all. But listen, they're only down a couple of scores with the rest of this quarter and the entire 4th remaining, so stranger things have happened.
They'll hand it to Mason. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, in every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
He's got the connection to Moore. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 1.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. It's a sneak. It's Wentz. And he will have a Vikings first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
1st and 10 at the 20.
It's been a good drive so far. They just wanted to keep it going, so they call low-risk, low-reward play. No one's worried about picking up big yardage here. Quarterback sneak, keep the chains moving, and pick up another first down.
On the give, it's Mason. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10.
yards. That's good for a Vikings first down. 1st and 10.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
They run for the first time with Ty Chandler. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Ty Chandler taking it in from 11 yards. Vikings have got it back to within a score.
And maybe that's the magic touch right there. They didn't use him at all in the first half, at least running the football. But here they entrust him with some work down in the red zone, and he responds. 1 carry, 1 touchdown.
Now for the point after.
Up for the extra point.
And it's up through the goalpost. It's 17-10.
The score, Eagles 17.
So that drive, 12
Vikings
plays
10.
in length. And it was finished off with a touchdown run from Ty Chandler.
Will Reichard to kick
Minnesota's
off for the
kick team
Vikings.
ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Hurts. Over the middle to Smith. And Devontae going to pick up the Eagles' first down as the tackle made at the 42. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
And an Eagle first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Play action. Here's Hurts. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football into places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. Third quarter here, 2nd and 10. Barkley, inside handoff. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Throwing is Hurts. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
On 3rd and short, not only did he get away from the rush and pick up a first down, he picked up a whole lot more than that. And how did he get it done? Evaded the rush, kept his poise, and then how about him directing traffic as he moved downfield to pick up extra blockers? A really nice run.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. A first down carry for Barkley. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Hurts sets up to throw it. This will be caught by Brown. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
A.J. Brown. A 9-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
The offense on third down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And it is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Touchdown,
Jahan Dotson from 10 yards out. And the Eagles have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead now up to 14.
Vikings 10.
A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was Jahan Dotson with a touchdown catch to finish things off. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak, not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Complete on the quick throw to Moore. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Wentz, got to have this one. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Now a handoff to Chandler. A nice little juke. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Well, partner, I have to say they caught him in the right defense there. Nickel set, fifth defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with him. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
The extra point attempt to come here.
The extra point.
He's got it, and it's 24-17.
Makes the score.
That time a 9-play drive.
Vikings,
and the
17.
capper, a 19-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts ready to take over once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 31 yards there and a first down.
31 yards. First down, Philadelphia.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
Brought down back at the
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Here's Hurts to throw.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, They're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Hurts. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout.
A gain of 14.
And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. CD, put on your OC cap here. What do? 2nd and 1, you get stuffed. Now 3rd and 1.
You know, in the old days, I would have said we're going to line up and we're going to run the same darn play and we're going to get it right. But nowadays, as tough as defenses are, I want some mobility. I want some movement, putting the ball in the hands of my quarterback and giving him a run-pass option.
And that should do it. He's got a 1st down. And the Eagles, they can run it out from here.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone that's the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. Down to a knee goes Hurts, and that is going to be that. Well, you really can't ask for much more than what we just had here. Not only a close game that went down to the wire, Charles, but a clean one, too. No turnovers in this contest.
And I think you're exactly right about that. To me, this is just a pair of offenses trying to find the slightest bit of separation from each other, and they were both hoping that the other side would make the big mistake first. But today, neither side made that mistake. And what we got, a very entertaining game throughout.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Minneapolis, so long, everybody.